Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of WoT Blitz Universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're gonna have 3 masteries. It's gonna be a mix of masteries because, like I told you, I have plenty, and there's plenty left, and I want to throw them out all because, yeah, why not? And so they're great games. So hope you will enjoy it. The first one is Sheridan from my clanmate Kieran Zlatov. And yeah, as you know, Sheridan, it's been nerfed and nerfed and nerfed from most broken tank to just a broken tank. But even though it was nerfed, it's a pretty darn good tank. It's very mobile. It has great camo. It has this big derpy gun, which is quite accurate. But I think they reduced the accuracy of the gun. At least seems like that, because the gun was hitting basically everything that it was aimed at. And now as you saw in the last shot, maybe it was RNG, maybe the gun was a bit nerfed, because earlier on, even though the aiming circle was enormous, it basically hit everything. And you didn't had a dispersion like it looked like you seem to have a pretty bad dispersion, but still you basically throw your shot on the run and it hit. So yeah, maybe they nerfed it a bit, and this would be okay, because this tank is very mobile. It can go around the battlefield real quick, and yeah, it made it simply broken. They nerfed the mobility, and I think it's okay, because it was faster than Dracula and it was the fastest tank in the game. But right now it's still a very mobile light tank with a big gun. Even though the penetration values are nerfed, it still can, as you can see, it still can deal damage with no problems. Of course, not as much frontally to the super heavies, because earlier on it was simply so easy to kill heavies frontally with no issues, because every time you simply aimed at them, your penetration values were enough to penetrate the super heavies frontally, which was kind of broken. And Wargaming did a great thing by, I would say, not taking out the tank from the game, because they put the effort to create those ATGMs, but they nerfed it enough to make it competitive for other tanks like heavies, super heavies, and so on in the battlefield. Now you need skill to win the games in the Sheridan, to deal damage, and that's okay, because it's a pretty fun tank to play, and it's quite different from other light tanks, because you have those ATGMs, you have this statistics of let's say all beloved T-49, where you can basically deal massive damage with your gun and go around the battlefield. It's a mix of heavy TD and light tank, so yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. And the game is going to an end. You can see it's basically ended. So let's check the results of the battle, and we're gonna move on. So he got over 5k damage, ace tanker, 1 kill, and Confederate medal, which is great, and almost over 1.2k base XP, which is pretty low for a ace tanker. Seems like not many players play Sheridan anymore. And the second one is from my amigo Looney Sapper and his Comet. And boy oh boy, I love the Comet. As I told you in the last video, when we were talking about Cromwell, I told you that Comet was my beloved tank on tier 7, beloved medium. And it still is. It's still a great tank. Of course, it's an old tank, and many new tanks have better dispersion, better mobility, better everything, but still this tank can do its job, and it's gonna do it quite good. Because if you go around the battlefield, the mobility isn't that great as it was on the Cromwell, but you have the turret armor and you have 12 degrees of gun depression, or 13, no, you have 12 as I remember on the Comet, and that was the main advantage of a tank, this gun depression. But on this map you simply can't use it because there's not really much terrain. You can take advantage of your gun depression, but you can take advantage of your quite fast firing and accurate gun, as my amigo is doing here, and he got a bounce on the turret. Like I told you, the turret armor can bounce shots on Comet, and that's great because a bit of armor, just a bit of armor, when you know how to use your tank properly, these bits of armor will help you to carry the games, many games. And that's the main thing that new players don't know. You need to play the tank to your advantage. There is no such thing as a broken tank. Of course, there are some, let's say the Annihilator or the Smasher, but in most cases you can carry in almost every tank as long as you know how to use it correctly. You can even carry the game with the Pershing. I did once, and I don't know if I already posted. I think I didn't post my ace on the Pershing. Maybe I did. I can't remember. But you can carry game against the heavies, like the broken heavies, like the 252U in a Pershing, which is basically a really bad tank in general. It's not something you want to go to. You should go to. You simply go for it to get the pattern, and that's basically it. But that doesn't change the fact that you can carry the games even in such a bad tank as the Pershing. And yeah, so you need to remember that you need to play the tank to its advantage. But my amigo is doing an epic job here. He's already on 4 kills. He has a Smasher left, as you can see, the Smasher, and it's broken armor, kind of broken armor, because the Comet can't penetrate, even though it should. And now he's in a 2 versus 1 situation with the Smasher and other heavy. I think what was it Tiger P? I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, we're gonna see in a moment. So he's now 1 against 2 heavy tanks. He's on over almost 3k damage, as I remember. Yeah, no, over 2k damage right now. So he's on over 2k damage, and he simply needs to carry this, and to do it he needs to use his mobility, being a sneaky grab, and just overspot the rats, because heavies are quite blind. And the medium, this tank especially, the Comet, has pretty nice view range, and if you use it correctly, if you use your view range, and if you use your mobility and your accurate gun, maybe some APCRs if needed, you can deal with them. And we're gonna find out if my amigo is gonna be able to carry this game. But he's a good player. I tune with him from time to time, but not a lot, because I don't play as much. I was playing earlier on, because I simply don't have time, like I told you. But still, it's fun to play with the players that know how to use their tanks. And yeah, okay, so it's an IS, and it's a Smasher. So Smasher is a bigger threat to him, and thankfully the Smasher did it pan with HE. That means he's on a long reload, and my amigo can take advantage of his fast firing gun, because the DPM on the Comet is good, and he knows it. Smasher probably also know it, because he backed up, and now he needs to just bait the shots from the IS to take him out, but it's not gonna be that easy. So he switched to APCR. To be honest, I would go for APCR earlier on, because in a situation like that against 2 heavies, you don't have many opportunities to shoot, especially when you're a one-shot to HE from both of the enemies. And now it's 1 against 1, and this IS isn't a spectacular player. As you saw, he was just sitting in one spot doing basically nothing, just trying to get a shot and cap the base. That means his chances to carry this game are just growing as far as he relocates, and he's doing it. So it's gonna be so easy, because if the IS won't move, he can get his back. He has time, he still has time, over 1 minute on the clock, and just a half base capture points. That means he still have time to reset the cap and to kill this IS. As long as he won't receive any shots from IS, he will be just fine. And he needs to reset his camo and try to relocate, and he's doing it. So yeah, perfectly played, typical medium playstyle, typical medium techniques. So he's using his tank to his advantage, and that's what I was talking about earlier on. And here's the final touch of the battle. Will he make it? No, unfortunately, even with APCR, it's not that easy to kill the IS. But IS just derped his shot, and he's sitting still. That means that my amigo can farm some more and simply kill him before he reloads. So great game from Looney Supper, and over 3k damage, 3173, 6 kills. So he got an ace, of course, Top Gun, Pulse Medal, Defender, and I don't know why he did get, oh, High Caliber was for the Smasher, of course. Why not? Okay, and the last game is from my amigo girl, if I can say that, Luna the Hellhound, and as you already know, or most of you already know, she has also YouTube channel. So if you want to visit her, just do. She also does the Blitz content. So yeah, we're gonna have a nice battle in RUDY, and I really like RUDY. First of all, because the basics of this tank are that this tank came from Poland. Of course, it's as a Russian tank right now. I don't know why. Because if you don't know the RUDY, it was from the TV series that this tank was the main character, the T-34-85. In early stages, in early episodes, it was basically a normal T-34, and later on it turned to be T-34-85, and it was named RUDY, and it had a dog on the as one of the crewmen, and that's basically all. So if you're interested, you can find it out just simply using I don't know, Wiki or something other sources of information, but you will see that it's from basically a TV series called Four Panzermen and a Dog. I don't know how to just make it turn it into English properly, but it's about 4 crew members and a dog, the German Shepherd, that fought during the Second World War. Yeah, but that's about all about the background of this tank. But in general, this tank is basically a T-34-85. The thing that makes it special, that it's on tier 7, which is a bit of disadvantage, but the advantage is the DPM. DPM is amazing on this tank. You deal 200 damage on average, and you just have bit over 4.5 second reload time. Of course, it depends how you equip the tank, but you can equip it so it has great DPM. So the gun rammer is a pretty darn good idea to use on this tank. And my Luna is just basically trying to get the DPM running, and as you can see, she's doing it great, because she perma-tracked this T-29. That means that she can simply just farm him and kill him at the same time with no risks taken, which is great, because this tank doesn't have a lot of armor. Of course, you can bounce some on the turret, you can bounce some on the sides of a hull, you can side scrape a bit, I would say, but only against tier 6. But tier 8s will gonna rip you apart. Most tier 7s also gonna rip you apart, and it's not the tank you should go head on. You should go flank, you should use your APCR, because the penetration values aren't spectacular. And yeah, she's trading with this T-25. I wouldn't, because the T-25 has great DPM also, and after last buff it also has great armor. And the last that's left, that's the KV3, and if he's using a derp gun, and probably he is, Luna is basically a one-shot if he high rolls, but yeah, he wasn't using the top guns, he was using the 1.7 millimeter gun. And the results: almost 4k damage, 3 kills, ace tanker, high caliber, Confederate medal, sniper tanker, great game. Thanks for sending it. Over 1.2k base XP for tier 7 game. Great job. And that's basically all for this episode, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel, because I'm still on my 500 subs quest. You can find me on Discord. The link is in the description below. Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on the battlefield.